Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we are going to be doing track bars on the Shorty. So the last time that we talked, guys, we're actually having problems with the transmission in this. We got it driving where we could drive it around, but the transmission was still giving me issues and I was kind of at a loss with it, but I took a couple weeks off of it. Just didn't really drive it a ton and got some other stuff done. We did some work on some customer vehicles, stuff like that. And yeah, just gave me kind of some time to just take a break from it. I mean, I've only owned this truck 5 months, and we came back the other Sunday. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna figure this thing out. And we ended up pulling the pan off of it. I changed all the seals on anything that has to do with second gear, the apply piston, the lever, changed all that, adjusted the strut, or adjusted the band, and I changed the governor pressure sensor and transducer again, which it had brand new ones in it whenever we put this ghetto transmission together, quote unquote, because this transmission is bone stock. But I got it shifting a-okay now. She is ready to rock. It shifts into second gear fine, and with the shift kit in it, it feels like it's gonna pull pretty hard. And yeah, I'm really impressed with it. So right now I'm kind of I want to get another trans ready to go for it. I need to get probably a billet intermediate shaft and see about, because the next one that we put in it, guys, since this one's good and I know I can beat on it because I've been beating on it a lot, the next one I want it to be like, this is it, this one's staying in it, this is the trans that's going in it. Instead of trying to cut corners and save money, I'm going to do as much billet stuff that I can inside of it with a brand new torque converter and just go ahead and spend the money and get that taken care of. And also thinking about maybe soon doing an additional turbo on top of that one. You guys know what I'm saying. That's kind of already in the makes. Also got some, I know we've been talking to you guys about gauges. I'll give you a little glimpse there. That's a video we got coming soon. We can go ahead and monitor what we got going on. But anyways, well, we're at 3 minutes now, me talking about stuff that doesn't apply to the video. So yeah, let's go ahead and I'll show you guys these track bars. Okay guys, here are the track bar mounts. These are what's going to be holding it to the axle. They need cleaned up pretty bad. And here are the track bars themselves. I would tell you guys where I got these, but I really don't know. I don't know what brand they are. I think they're just some homemade ones. The welds on them are not the prettiest, but they're gonna hold, and I got them used pretty cheap. So I'm not complaining. They are pretty much perfect length for the truck. And yeah, so that's what we're gonna be putting on the truck. Like I said, if I could steer you guys in the right direction of where to get something like these, I would, but I really don't know. I just kind of got them used. I bought them off Eli, who I also bought the red truck off of, and that's just kind of the way it is. So I put quite a few of these track bars on, but I've kind of just been the guy that, you know, gets them ready and say weld it, but I'm not very good at welding. Still working on getting better. If it's flat, I can do it, but if it's overhead, I kind of struggle. So I'm gonna see if I can at least get them tacked up, and I'm gonna attempt to do it. If not, I might have to have Bailey come over and finish it up. Bailey's pretty good at welding. So to start doing this, you guys would say, oh, just put it on the lift. Well, the problem is when we put this thing on the lift, the axle is gonna drop significantly. So we're not gonna be able to accurately know where we need to mount these things. So I'm gonna get it pulled in and get them tacked at least on the ground. I'll stick a jack under each one. I'll basically bolt it together how it would be on the truck, and then stick a jack underneath it, get it all cleaned up, and just kind of hold them in place. And then we'll go through. We're going to be using a 110. This is just a 110, plugs in any wall, MIG welder, and we're going to see if we can get some good penetration with this thing and see if we can get these babies to stick on. So let's go ahead and get it pulled in the garage here, and we'll start getting this stuff mocked up. Okay guys, before I actually mount these on the truck, I want to make sure that you guys are aware of what this actually does. You put this on the truck, hook it to the axle on the bottom, and then hook it to the frame, and then basically it will keep it from wrapping. Whenever you axle wrap is basically when the axle is literally twisting. If you're looking at the vehicle from the side, it's twisting like this. So you want to hold it still. So I'm going to set all these basically about halfway. Like if I was to take this all the way out, I want to have adjustment both ways on the axle, but more obviously one way than the other. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just thread this in here a good ways. And then it kind of wants to stop at one point. I don't know if there's like a bung in it or a thread messed up, but pretty much right there should be good to mount it, and then I'll be able to thread it that way, and that'll push it out to tighten it up. These are welded in here the opposite way, so when you twist it one way, this whole thing is going to extend, just like your common heim joint, guys. You guys are probably all pretty aware with what exactly this is, but so I'll count the threads here. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 threads. Make sure we match on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. See if I can spin it in a little bit more. And that's pretty much it, and it just bottoms out. I don't know what the deal is with that, but I know they will extend out. So we'll have plenty there to get these mounted on here. We're gonna just get them under the truck, get the frame cleaned up, and we'll go ahead and just simulate it being on the truck and tack our mounts on both ends. I'll show you what I mean here in a second once I get it all set up. Okay guys, I kind of got these set up in here how I thought I was gonna put them. I know it's kind of hard to see. Try to get down here so you guys can see. But the front of them is too low, and I need to cut some off of the bracket. I can bring it up closer against the frame rail. You guys can see the gap there. That heim joint, I could probably cut like an inch, maybe 2 inches off that and get that up a lot closer and get it farther away from the ground. The higher up I can get these, the better. So I am gonna have to run to town, grab a new grinder because mine is burnt up. So I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab one and I'll come back. Okay guys, we just got back from town, picked up some stuff. My grinder, I keep buying the Rule King $10 grinders and it broke. So I upgraded this one, has a 5-year warranty, Milwaukee corded one, 4.5 inch. So that was like pretty cheap too, it was like 60 bucks. Got some gloves for the welder, some sanding discs, and I did get some gear oil. That's gonna be the bonus round at the end of this video, what we do. Some of you guys are probably not gonna like it, but I'm ready. You guys know what's gonna happen. So I got the grinding one now. I'm gonna pull this track bar back out of here, trim the bracket a little bit, and then try to slide it back up in there and make sure it is how I want it. Okay guys, we got this thing up in the air. I'm not gonna lie, I don't even want to show the internet these welds, they're that bad, but I am gonna try now that it's up in the air and try to get them tacked on here a little better. Oh man, it's so bad. But we'll get them welded up here, try to. Hopefully Bailey comes out pretty soon. I got a part for his truck I want to show you guys too, and hopefully Bailey will come out here soon and he can kind of take over. But I got them where I want them. I like the height and everything. It matches the drive shaft angle pretty good. That is something you need to note. Maybe if you can try to match your drive shaft angle with your track bars. Apparently it's supposed to help. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and try to get these welded on here a little better, grind off the worst parts of it, spray paint them, and then we need to actually paint our track bars. I got some nice paint. Actually, I need to go ahead and paint those right now. I may go ahead and throw the first coat of primer on those real quick. Thank God, guys, Bailey finally showed up. He's already telling me I need to cut them back off, but I told him we're not gonna do that. You can get them. So he's gonna try to fix them real quick. I'm gonna put some more paint on these. I got some primer on them, and I actually got color matched white over here. This is that PW7 white. So we're gonna go ahead and paint the track bars, and we're gonna clear coat them too. Okay guys, Bailey's welding those up, and I got the first coat of white paint on these. Kind of got some on the heim joints, don't really care. So that's probably the only coat I'm gonna be able to do, honestly. I'm about out of paint. I'll do a light coat after this, and then I'm gonna hit it with some of the Duplicolor protective clear coat finish just to kind of help it out a little bit. So let's get all tacked up real good, and we'll do that. Okay guys, the front mounts are about welded on. The rear ones, I tried to tack them in place, and I ended up just making so big of a spot, and it's kind of turned into pretty much a disaster at this point. But got them broke back off of the axle finally. They probably would have been fine, but they didn't look very good. I should have just left them and just painted over them. But now we tried to take them back off, and I made quite a bit of damage to the plates getting them off. So I'm gonna have to clean them all up again, straighten them up, and then we're gonna heat the axle with the torch set before we even try to weld to it. We left one of the plates on each side in the back on. A plate on each side is still on there. We're just gonna basically grind all this down again, weld on the inside of this one plate, and then we'll only be able to weld on the outside of the other plate. So yeah, kind of wish I would have heated them up a little more. I was using the small torch at first and didn't really do enough to it, so cutting it back off, regrinding them down, and going at it again. Hey guys, Bailey ran to get some more wire and run a couple errands while he's gone. I got the plates cleaned back up, got the axle cleaned back up again, and ready to weld those back on. I am draining the fluid out of the rear end. If you guys haven't already figured out by now, I'm gonna weld it. Yeah, I know it's not really 100% right way to do it, but it'll work. So basically we'll just pull the cover off of it. You have to get all the grease out of it, brake clean it real good, and just weld the spider gears together, and it'll constantly be positive traction. So I'll be able to drift and stuff, have fun with it that way, and it'll actually be able to hook up with the track. With the track bars in this, I think it's going to break loose really easy. On dry pavement right now, if you floor it from dead stop, it'll just blow the tire off. So we'll actually be able to launch it pretty hard now. And yeah, I'm pretty excited to get this welded up, the track bars on, and take her for a drive. I did put another coat of white paint on the track bars, so I'm letting them dry up, and then we're gonna hit them with that clear coat. So just moving right along. Kind of sucks, had to cut those back off, but I don't want to be super embarrassed. Bailey had a point. I don't want to be at the drag strip and one of them break and fall off, and we haven't really cut any corners on this truck, so I'm trying to just do it all as good as I absolutely can. So we went ahead, cut them off. We're redoing them again, and we're gonna keep going. Guys, we got the diff cover pulled off. We already got it cleaned up and ready to go back on, and we put our clear coat, final coat of clear on the track bars themselves. And now we're working in the rear end. This is basically what you're gonna be welding if you weld a rear end, guys. You're gonna weld the four corners of these spider gears. You can see when it spins. Whenever all of this is welded together. Ooh, she got some play in her. That's probably about normal. Whenever all this is welded together, it will basically lock. You'll see. Whenever we get it welded together, I'll spin it over. Both tires will be locked at the same time, and they'll have to go forward. But you just really want to get up in there and get all that grease out of there, because it's going to be trying to catch on fire the whole time you're welding it. Mainly the gears more than anything. Pretty much got nothing but brake cleaner coming out of there now, so I'm just going to keep cleaning it, get it nice and dry, and then we'll be able to weld that, weld our brackets back on both sides, the ones that I screwed up. And yeah, put some diff fluid in this thing, go take it for a spin and see how all over the place it really is. Hopefully nothing breaks. I don't know. Hopefully it just hooks up good, but I want to kind of be able to do a little drift action, you know, power brake it from a stop and slide a corner. So we'll see what happens. As a quick intermission, we are going to install. Bailey picked up a Edge Insight CTS3. These just came out for the Dodge. The welder got hot, so we're having to let it cool down for a second. And we're going to stick this thing on real quick. Yeah, stow your trash over there. I'll get it. So let's see how this thing plugs in. Should have like a little suction cup mount. Should be pretty easy to put it on. It's got the little OBD2 port. This plugs into the back of it, and that plugs into your OBD2 port down there. Ooh, you have a 5-position switch, don't you?
Yeah, it'll slipper.
Does it have like a jumper? Little suction cup mount deal. Probably have to pull this little panel right here off, and then pull this panel off or try to fish it through real quick. Okay guys, Bailey pulled this weather stripping back right here and just kind of routed it behind this piece of trim. He's gonna plug it in here, and then he just plugs into the OBD2 port right there. Put the mount on it. Oh, it's already turned on. See if I can figure this thing out. No, it just tightens probably. Looks like it's got boost, ABPS, engine speed. You just have to set up what gauges you want, really. Ooh! Bailey's welding up the rim. Mason is being the light guy.
Oh, I'm good for
Being the light guy. Bailey's gonna weld up, show you guys what it looks like when we're done. I already got some silicone on here, just tacking up, just some black RTV. Got that old girl painted up nice. So just as soon as he gets finished with that, we will stick the cover back on and we'll be ready to rock. Okay guys, there you can see we got the gears all welded up. You basically just want to weld off 4 corners. On these you can actually plate them if you want, but given the fact that it's a C-clip axle and if it breaks an axle shaft, I think I might be able to still change it. We did not put a plate in it, but that's pretty much how we did it in the Fummins, and it was a crew cab long bed and it never broke. So we're gonna get all this little sludge and stuff pulled out of here. Ooh, that sides look bad. We're gonna get all this debris pulled out of here, put the cover on, fill it up with fluid. Okay guys, we made it down here to the gas station. We did get the track bars wrapped up, ended up getting them welded up, and all the paint was dry, so I stuck them on. I don't know how well you guys are gonna be able to see this. But there you can see them on the truck. About how they sit, they're pretty much perfect with the drive shaft. And I did almost spin it out whenever we first pull it out off my road already. It does spin the tires very easily now. With the rear end welded, it is also very bad about wanting to chirp the tires really bad. So basically anytime you're making a sharp turn, the tires just chirp just the whole time. So I don't know, we're gonna go back to the house. I don't really know, maybe try to stop and do a little burnout on the way back. Okay guys, we're gonna do a little launch / burnout. I'm just gonna stand on the brake and just launch on some boost.